Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Seasons. In the last episode, it was a rebate day, so we bought a whole bunch of new things for Sage's garden. I have changed around a few things since, but can we just appreciate Sweet Pea's face for a moment? She is like the least enthused bunny I have ever seen. She just wants to be put down. Put me down, human. I do not want to be out here in the rain. We did build her this carrot shack though, so she has a very nice place to just come in and relax. I actually gave her a little pet door, I guess, so she can get in all on her own, and I think that's actually what she just used. So she has her food in here. I've changed out her food dish so it looks a little bit more natural, and she also has her bed in here now too. I figured it would be a better place for her to relax since she really seems to hate the campfire. So now she doesn't have to worry about this thing roaring next to her while she's trying to sleep. It looks like she's not too happy right now though. Is it just because you're wet, little one? Let's see, maybe we can help her out before we continue on today. What's wrong, Sweet Pea? Oh, she needs a litter box? Well, it's right over here, but I suppose I can understand why you don't want to use it. It is a little bit wet outside right now. So is there any way that we could scoot this inside? I'm not really sure if it's going to fit, especially with Sage in the location that she is. Will she move if I pop that there? I'm not sure. There we go. Hopefully this will be easier for Sweet Pea to use, and then all of her essentials will be right inside her shack. So aside from that, I also moved around some of our different items. That picnic table that we bought for rebate day, the 500 simoleon picnic table. I put it under a tree so she has a little bit of a shady spot to maybe eat her food. And I also planted some more of our lemon trees over here too, along with some cherries, I think. Some of these should be cherry trees. All things that grow in the summertime, we'll just have to wait for them to grow nice and strong like our current tree over here. So that should get us plenty of simoleons. Our bluebells are doing excellent. Oh, they can evolve now. Oh, is it that what those sparkles mean? Oh my goodness, so we might be able to finish off another level of our aspirations soon. Excellent. Alright, so all of these bluebells are now nice quality. I wonder if that's because we have the bees? Maybe. Oh no, they're feeling grumpy and irritated. Oh, do they have mites? We better go over there and apply the mite treatment. We don't need grumpy bees in our garden. So aside from that, it looked like we could sell honey now. We can collect honey too. Well, I am actually quite curious to see what the honey is going to be like, so let's see if she can collect it. Hopefully they're not going to sting her too much. They're nice and calm now, so I guess those mites were making them grumpy after all. Alright, so how much honey did you manage to collect from that sage? Ooh, 3 jars of honey? Unfortunately, it is rather poor quality. Oh, but we can eat this stuff? Oh, well, she's not feeling very hungry right now, but I might actually save one of those for her to eat, assuming that it doesn't end up going bad inside her inventory, and the rest of them will sell off for some adventures today. We actually have some plans. We have seen a certain vampire sneaking around our garden quite often lately. So I was thinking that maybe we would take a trip down to his hometown to see if we can learn a little bit more about him. She has actually been very interested in learning more about vampires in general. Oh, and I don't think you actually evolved this plant over here. There you go, Sage. Now we only need one more. So yeah, I'm curious if maybe we can figure out where Omar lives and hopefully find some special plants to take home from that area too. So we'll leave Sweet Pea here. I don't think she would enjoy just wandering through the rain anyways. But since the sun has gone down, I'm hoping that means that the vampires in the Forgotten Hollow will be wandering around for us to meet. Actually, I wonder if this place is going to be kind of like an overcast area. I'm sure it's going to have its own climate just like Windenburg. And we learned the other day that as long as it's cloudy outside, it seems like the vampires do just fine. So can we visit one of these unclaimed lots by any chance? That way we don't have to drop in on any vampires that we don't know. Like, I'm not looking to get Sage turned into an actual vampire today. I'm just curious if she can learn a little bit more information and hopefully find those special plants. There we are. Oh, it actually looks like this house has a little garden planter right outside. Oh, I wonder if whoever used to live here liked to tend to the gardens too. It looks pretty run down right now though, and nobody's living in it anymore, so I guess there's not much of a reason for you to drop by. Oh my gosh, look how spooky this place looks. But she doesn't care one bit. She knows there are going to be some very, very interesting plants for her to discover. Oh, hello, is that Nina? Or Katrina, rather. Katrina Caliente? We seem to see her absolutely everywhere, but I know she's not a vampire. Or at least I think she hasn't been turned yet. Maybe she's trying to do a little bit of a recon too. Ooh, Sage, what did you find down here? Oh, look at this beautiful pathway. All lit up and everything. Oh, but she's going off the beaten trail. Ooh, you found a plant. Yes! Wild wolfsbane flower. This hardy shrub grows long purple wolfsbane flowers. Oh, we can either remove the wild plants. I did not know that we could do that. That's okay though, we would actually like to harvest this once it's ready. It must not grow in this season. And speaking of which, let's see... Oh my gosh. Oh, there are eyes in the trees. Oh, that is terrifying. No wonder she wouldn't want to go that way. But yeah, let's see what the weather's like here. It actually looks like it's a pretty sunny place, so maybe that's why the vampires aren't out. And it's also very, very warm right now. That could also be why Omar traveled to Windenburg, if he wanted to get away from the heat. We have some treasures up here, though. So if you can brave those woods, Sage, maybe you can make your way up here? I don't see any other plants, unfortunately. In fact, it seems like most of the things here are probably going to grow in a different season, so it might be a dead after all. Oh my gosh, and apparently it's alien night? Sorry, we're actually looking for vampires right now. I noticed that Sage really wants to make a friend too, which I thought was pretty cute. She is a loner sim, so she doesn't like to spend too much time around other people. She really just prefers to spend time in her garden, of course, with her little sweet pea bunny. But it seems like she's more open to the idea of making friends now. There's quite a few people out here. I know we've met her before in Windenburg, but she seems new. Riko Sasaki? Maybe we should say hi to her if we happen to cross her on the streets. There's some more of that wild wolfsbane flower again. Still can't collect from it, unfortunately. Let's see if we can go down this pathway too. Maybe we'll find something special at the end of this one. Oh, wait a second. Yup, this one leads straight up to Vlad's house. Do we want to go sneaking around Vlad's house? Not really sure if that would be a good idea, but if he does have any special little plants in his backyard, then maybe we could scoop them up before we leave. Let's see. Oh, Sage! Oh my gosh, don't go to sleep in vampire territory. You don't know what you're gonna wake up to. Okay, there is something back here. Ooh, a wild plasma fruit tree? An eerie tree that produces plasma fruit? Yeah, we can't harvest that yet either. It hasn't even grown yet, but I suppose she could always view it. That way it'll be in the back of her mind. I wonder if she would want to grow those, though. I guess if she really wants to make some vampire friends, then she would. That would be a good way to get on their side, and perhaps even a good way to ensure that they won't be munching on her plasma anytime soon. I wonder if that would be a good way to attract Omar back to our garden as well. You know, what I'm kind of thinking is maybe these vampires are so interested in Sage because they like the idea of growing things in the garden too. As a vampire, I would imagine that they don't get the chance to see life very often. They don't get the chance to nurture things and bring life to them rather than taking it away. So maybe Omar is really just hoping for a friend too. And maybe he would enjoy spending time growing things in our garden in the future. Assuming that that evil trait isn't too much of a clue. Is that somebody new too? Lilith Vator, something tells me that she is also a vampire. It looks like there are plenty of people back here though. Ooh, and look at this. That has to be a treasure too. Ooh, this one's different. Oh, it's a wild garlic plant. Its bulbs can be harvested for cooking or decorating. Or perhaps steering vampires away from your garden. Well, we can't harvest this either, but we can actually take a cutting. So why don't we go ahead and do that? It looks like there might even be some more garlic over here. So I'm guessing whoever lives inside this house is probably not too fond of the vampires around their house. They sure do have quite a bit of garlic growing outside in their backyard. Another one of the time capsules, unfortunately. I did notice that we have a place to fish over here. And there is some very, very spooky looking shrine. That's rather curious. But I think that might be just about it for different types of plants that we can discover. We can't go up the road over here, so I think Sage has pretty much met the end of this journey. And it is getting super late, so if there was ever a time to meet a vampire, I think it would probably be right about now. Oh, is this a different type of plant too? Oh, I actually missed this thing. It's a mosquito trap? Its intimidating look is much less of a concern to Sims than to the wandering insect, so at least we don't have to worry about Sage getting munched on. But yeah, let's bring her back out here to the edge of town if we can, or the center of town rather. So hopefully we can meet some of the people walking around. Like, you would imagine that every single one of these people must be vampires. Who else? Omar. Oh my gosh. Wait, Omar. We've been looking all over for you. We can call him over? Yeah, who else would be walking around at 3 a.m.? Aside from Sage, of course. Did he already leave? Oh no, it doesn't look like he's coming. Yeah, he's going off somewhere else. I guess he got his fill of the Forgotten Hollow for today. But let's meet Lilith. We've seen her wandering around this place so often, I feel like we have to at least say hello. She seems awfully friendly too, and she's another master vampire. So maybe she could answer some of our questions? I don't think Sage is particularly frightened of vampires, but I think she is very, very curious. So let's ask about vampire history. And are these things growing as we speak? Oh my goodness! Whoa! Okay, and she's never even looked into vampire history. That's totally fine. Oh my gosh. Oh, so we could like combine this plant with the, oh geez, with the garlic that we just picked up? Well, that seems like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, I think it's probably time for Sage to go home too. The sun is rising, the vampires are escaping. There's not much left for her to see. However, it does look like we can harvest this now before we go. So let's very, very quickly harvest that. Oh, and look at this. They have... Oh, wolfsbane flowers. I thought this was the bluebell. They look so similar. Oh, we have to harvest those too. Bring those right back to the garden. Now, of course, I'd imagine that those are going to be very, very poisonous. So we'll have to be careful if we plant them. We don't want Sweet Pea getting into any of them. But yeah, I think it's about time that she goes home. We have plenty of new plants to put in the garden now, so I would call this a success. I am a little bit bummed that we didn't meet too many new people, and of course that we couldn't say hello to Omar. Oh, but it looks like Sweet Pea is a little bit hungry. Yeah, I bet she'll be feeling much, much better after she eats her food. Before you go and take a nap, I do want you to try eating this honey, so we can see how much it's going to fill you up. I know it's not the best quality, but it will get better, okay? Oh, that almost filled her up all the way to the top of her bar. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, well, go to sleep for now, and we'll have to make sure that we gather up some more of that honey for you, because that would be an excellent way to keep you fed, even more so than using the fish and all of those mushrooms. Maybe that means we can finally sell off the mushrooms in our inventory. Ooh, what a beautiful day it is, though. Oh, look at the sun coming through the trees. Yeah, I wanted to start landscaping this area a little bit more, so I did add in some special little shrubs and bushes. I figured it would just help the place blend. And so far, I am definitely liking it. But Sage, I think it might be time for you to get up. It looks like Sweet Pea actually wants a little bit of your attention. Oh, she's gonna give her a nice big hug. You know, what I wanted to do was actually take a picture of Sweet Pea so we could put it up inside her carrot shack. So maybe we could call you over here, next to all of these plants, so it'll be a nice background. Oh, Sweet Pea. Is she looking for a little bit of love? That's interesting. Wonder if we're going to have some baby bunnies on our hands? Oh, can you imagine? Baby bunnies running around the garden? I bet Sage would be thrilled, though. She would love to have some baby bunnies to take care of, too. Alright, so let's Simstagram our pet again. Oh, Sage, are you going to be in the way? That big boot of yours is going to make it very, very difficult for us to take a good picture, isn't it? Well, that one's kind of cute. She looks like she's posing for us. Excellent. Oh my gosh, it looks like she's stalking Sage now. But look at that sweet face. Yeah, this will be a much better picture for us to hang up inside the flower shack. Assuming that these come out nicely anyways. Sage doesn't have the best of photography skills just yet, so we'll take a whole bunch of the same picture and just hope that one of them works out. There we go. Now Sweet Pea can be forever immortalized inside her very own carrot shack. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good picture. We'll have to make sure that we do the same for any other wandering animals that decide to join us too. Alright, now we need to figure out what we're going to do with all of these strange plants that we found in the Forgotten Hollow. These mosquito trap seeds are actually worth quite a bit. And as for the wolfsbane, it doesn't actually look like either of them have any seasons that they grow in. So we should be able to just pop them in the ground and watch them grow. I do want to keep them in their own secluded area though, because I feel like Sage would want to make sure that Sweet Pea doesn't get hurt. You never know after all. So let's have her pop them away on the outskirts for now. Let's see, maybe just over here. We can move them later anyways. Hopefully she can plant these. Yeah, there we go. Plant each and every one of these tiny little blossoms. I wonder if we can use these things in the flower arrangements? I mean, they are super, super pretty. But as far as the description goes, it says this flower is nothing special in its raw form, but when used as an ingredient in food and drink, it will affect the nocturnally oriented. So I guess it is a flower that is just purely meant for the vampires. Are you going to plant the rest of these, Sage? I thought I already told you to do this. We'll pop the mosquito trap seed around here too, but I really do feel like we'll probably put this behind a fence of some sort, just so some curious animal doesn't end up getting too close. So I wonder if this is going to be enough to attract Omar to come back to our garden tonight. I'm sure he would recognize those plants. And we'll have to try giving him one of the bluebells next time too. I mean, they look so similar to the wolfsbane plant. I wonder if it's something that he would enjoy. I mean, just because he's an evil sim doesn't mean that he couldn't like flowers, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that he has nefarious plans for our poor little Sage. We just need to get to know him better and learn some more of his traits. So let me know if you guys have any special ideas for the new Forgotten Hollow section of our garden. And in the next episode, we'll spruce that up with some of the new simoleons from our honey. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!